This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com, drinking some lovely coffee out of my The Hannibal TV mug with my ugly face, my ugly mug on the mug. The link for these is on our TheHannibalTV.com page and in the description of this video, by the way. But let me get into the news. This is my daily news update. There's not a huge amount of news. Smackdown did its lowest rating ever on Fox, 0.4 on Friday night. And of course, everyone loves to tell me I just hate Kevin Owens, but it's a fact. Almost every time, if not every time, that these people set all-time lows. Not every time, but a high percentage. Kevin Owens is in a feature match, and surprise, surprise, 0.4 with him in a feature match yet again. And keep in mind, Raw did its all-time lowest rating fairly recently. Within the last year, it was a 0.42. So this SmackDown rating last week was lower than the all-time lowest Raw rating. And they're on Fox, which has a lot more viewers than USA. I remember when they first came to Fox, everyone was saying it was going to be another wrestling boom period. AEW's pay-per-view last night, which my friend Ksenia from Russia attended and did a report for me from the show after the event, only did 50,000 Google searches yesterday. Keep in mind that WWE rarely gets under 100,000 Google searches for a pay-per-view, and the AEW Revolution show had 200,000. So interest is dropping in AEW overall, no matter what people want to say. Of course, they brought in Mark Henry as a commentator who's never really been known for his mic work. And I'm not really sure, other than to have another WWE guy on their roster, if he's going to affect ratings one way or another. Obviously, it didn't affect the Google searches too much. There is a rumor, by the way, that the Blood Hunter, who is the champion of Great North Wrestling and the champion of Texas, might be part of the return of championship wrestling from Florida, which is rumored to be making a comeback. And there's also rumor he's going to be returning to PCW Ultra when they are able to run events again in LA. And of course, he will be defending that Texas heavyweight title in San Antonio when he returns to Texas in September. More information on that event still to come. Get into your questions. That's the main news today. Derek, I'm doing great. What's up? I'm about to go for a run. It's a nice night out there. I'm looking forward to my run. Tavo, great channel. By the way, Kurgan I'm interviewing on Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And I was mixed up. I was confused. Dave Sullivan is actually later in the day this Friday, and the Goon is this Saturday. And I'm actually glad I was wrong. And I thought they were last week because I did a ton of interviews last week, including Shane Douglas, Francine, and a former WWE writer. Joe, while TV wrestling's dying, it's still very strong on the internet. I'm doing great on the internet, so I could tell you from firsthand experience. Play the high note doesn't think Roman is great for ratings. He's the biggest star the WWE has right now that's a regular wrestler. Most mainstream known person. Am I still interested in a Nails shoot interview? Yes, but I doubt he's going to do an online one. If I ever go to Minnesota, I know how to get in touch with him now, but I'm not going to bother him until I know I'm going to Minnesota. What on earth does WWE plan to say at its next TV rights negotiations. I don't know, but at least they're getting $1 billion from the network. Jay-Z says Mark Henry will rule AEW. You could have said Big Show will rule AEW, but what's he really done since being there? James is a Bloodhunter fan. Polar. As I said, that's only a rumor, so I couldn't tell you if he's even going to go there or not. But Blaze is, of course, his manager. She was his original manager, actually, and she's back as his manager. The only reason why she wasn't managing him in Texas is because she's from Canada and it's very difficult to get across the border right now. We're going to be on lockdown where I am here in Canada until the end of July. So there you go. Jay-Z, Ksenia was on my channel last night and I like her. I would never, you can't fire people that you interview. That makes absolutely no sense. Danny likes Blaze. David says WWE is dead in the water. I agree. Russell asking me if I can interview Outback Jack. I have interviewed Outback Jack. Just search Outback Jack's The Hannibal TV. Yikes, end of the July is right. It's fucking brutal. It's absolutely brutal, and everybody is. Maybe there's some that aren't depressed, but even people I know that weren't sad people are sad right now living here because, let's face it, closing the gyms, for instance, give me a break. Give me a break. I'm fully vaccinated. There's lots of fully vaccinated people. Let us go to the gyms. Why not let them at least make some money? Why keep them shut down? Herb Simmons says, good evening. Who was my toughest opponent in the ring? Nobody really comes to mind. Nobody really comes to mind. Walter, is Mark Henry done with that other Texas promotion that I'm also done with? From what I was told from somebody in the office over the weekend, the answer was yes. Tony, what's the deal with the guy? I have no idea who that is. I don't watch AEW. I don't want to watch AEW. That's why I interviewed Ksenia last night, and she told me her experience because I don't want to sit through it. Josh, I'm positive Amber will be part of Great North Wrestling. She was actually in the first Great North Wrestling match of 2021, which was no fans, and it was posted a couple weeks ago. You could check that out on this channel. It has something like 30,000 hits, Amber's match. She's very popular with Great North Wrestling fans, and I will be focusing a lot on the women's division when GNW returns. There will be more matches without fans coming in June, which is only less than half an hour away now. And there's going to be a lot of, I'm praying that there can be at least one event before the end of the year in front of fans. Tony, here's what I'm saying. Chris, I don't really follow MLW, to be perfectly honest with you. No, I do like the Almighty Sheik and Jacob Fatu, but no one else in that company really interests me at all. I don't find that company good. So have a good night. I'm going off to run, and don't forget, there is actually not only mugs and T-shirts and sweaters on my website, my merchandise website, which the link is at the description or at thehannibaltv.com. You could get these Blood Hunter Texas Champion T-shirts that a lot of people have told me they've already bought. So it's pretty cool. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates.